Who's that guy back there?
Shh, everybody keep it down. Little baby Eric C. Hughes is sleeping in the back.
Oh, yeah.
Don't wake him.
Where am I?
Where are you? Wait, how did I get you? We just gave you a Cosby cocktail and here he is.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is Chris Buckley.
Hello.
Our fiddler of, I don't even know how many years. He was a Blaggard from 2007 to 2010. Right?
He never left. He never left.
Yeah, basically never left.
He can't leave. He can check out anytime he hates stopping.
I was a Blaggard in spirit way before 2007.
There you go. Yeah.
True.
We are on our way up to Weston, Missouri.
We would show you, but there's nothing to see. Only
Yeah, there's just trying. Anyway. Yeah, so playing there Friday night, and then Saturday we're doing the Weston Irish Festival, which is trying to find its legs now after the pandemic. It's just a one-day affair. It's going to be a blast. And then Sunday we are heading over to Weston, Kansas, right outside of Wichita, to play to hang out with our friend John Warner and his friends in a barn called the Emma Creek Barn, right?
yeah, yeah. Matt and John Werner are putting the show together, and we are we're gonna what 4 o'clock?
Yeah, I think 4 to 7 or something.
4 to 7.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fantastic. All the stuff's on the website.
Yeah.
But first order of business. Like I said, we were able to throw some M&Ms in the van, and Chris jumped in. We slammed the door. We took off.
Yeah.
All it took.
We've been wanting to get Chris up for this festival for a long time, and I know that you've been doing the same.
Yeah, I've been wanting to play this festival for a very long time. I've watched a lot of other people play this festival, so I'm happy to be a part of it this year.
Yeah, they're gonna love you, man.
Yeah, it's and the just for those who don't know, the tickets are about to sell out. I know if you're on the fence, get off the fucking fence. We need you at the festival because it's probably going to sell out. It's they're pushing it to a one-day affair. Like Chad said, because of the COVID thing, and so
beautiful weather.
Yeah,
on Saturday. It's supposed to be sunny all day. Come on out.
80s and no clouds and no threat of boring music either.
That's
it's going to be every band out there is going to be killer. We have Eddie Delahunt, our Irish brother. We have Bob Reeder, who's the MC, and also one of the greatest talents on the planet, who's also made it into one of our songs, Rain or Shine, which he's not pleased about. And then there's Damien McCarthy. We got Screaming Orphans. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And even if you don't like their music, you can just stand there and stare at them because they're gorgeous and they're great fun. They're so much fun to watch. And we have yes, I mean a bunch of stuff, but you must come here. There is going to be a June Narnia sighting too. What does that mean? Doesn't matter. Just come. We'll show you. And my favorite part of the festival is we're going to have with us, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting our shipment of coffee. We're getting our brand new shipment of coffee delivered to Weston. So we're going. Yes. So we're going to have our first and only flavored coffee. What is it? It's a Halloween blend, and we're going to have that, and we're going to have our regular Blaggard's brew. So we're going to have everything there. It's going to be a blast, and you need to be there. But back to the moment at hand, we have baby bucks in the van. Why? Because we needed to show them what fiddle sounds like. So if you've seen any of our videos in the past, you'll know that Chris just recently had a heart procedure, and he said, "Fuck you, doc. I'm going to rock." And it's Rocktober, and it's that time of day. So anyway, so we have him in the van, and we're going to teach Weston a lesson. That's basically. So Chris, we were talking before the camera went on. We were talking about the old days.
The old days.
Yeah, because Chad pointed out the first time we did a 3-piece tour. This is not a 3-piece tour. Little baby Eric C. Hughes is fast asleep. He had
I tried waking him up.
I know. I know. But
Come on, Eric.
Yeah. He's
it's hopeless.
But it was funny. We've talked about
so fast.
Well, that's what happened. He had the Cosby cocktail. He'll wake up somewhere in Kansas. So, but the first time we, and it's kind of fitting too, because we're closer to Dallas than we ever want to be right now. But we had hired a drummer, and I say drummer. That's a generous term to give to this fucking clown. But we had hired this drummer out of out of Dallas, and we fired this other clown, and so we were going back and forth. This is in the days before, you know, Facebook and videos, fast, blah blah blah. MySpace, yeah.
Yeah, MySpace days.
So
yeah.
we were sending tracks back and, oh yeah, I got that. A couple of days before the tour, he backs out. He goes, I can't. I got sand in my foot. And anyway, so he backs out. We scramble. We couldn't get anybody. We called the clubs. All the clubs says, hey, you got the three of you? Come on up. That's all. So we went up with this lineup, and it's funny because we have it was a blast.
Yeah.
The first show was in Indiana. I think it was Indiana.
Yeah, we played a bunch of
Madison, Wisconsin, Minneapolis.
Yeah.
All my old stomping grounds.
What were those pubs called?
Kildare's.
The Kildare's. Okay.
Yeah.
They had 3 indie locations, I think. We played all 3 of them.
We played the punk rock club in
in Fort Wayne.
Fort Wayne. Yeah.
Fort Waste.
The Brass Nail or something like
Brass
that?
Rail. Yeah.
Brass Rail. Okay.
Yeah, the Brass Nail is what you did to those women. Anyway,
With the illustrious Dan McCoy. Yes.
Oh yeah.
He's still doing his thing up there.
Yes, he is. He's playing drums for a band called Goodnight Gracie.
Yes.
And great band. I've never seen them live, but I've heard their stuff online. Very, very good. Dan's still a friend of ours.
Yep.
But yeah, so Chris, you're and you play with the Here and Now in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
We were just talking about too, and so your plate is full, my friend, and yet you still jump in the van to come with us. I salute you.
Well, yeah, I was given the opportunity and not the choice, so. But no, it's happy to be back. I'm very happy to be back in the band.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like the first time was, in 2000. And now we're here, but it's awesome that through all of that time there's been really cool moments like this.
Yeah.
So really great moments.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have some really great moments this weekend.
Yeah.
No joking. No joking. You've been playing fiddle for how long?
For 5 years.
5 years.
I took it up, later in life, and
well, you're only 20 years old.
that's just it. Yeah. So no, 40 years.
40, Jesus.
Wow.
40 years. When I have to stop and think about that.
Yeah. How many?
And I smile and cry at the same time when I say it.
How many students do you have now?
It varies. At one point, I had about 25.
God.
There's circumstances that exist in the world today.
Yeah.
That are not allowing me to teach 25 students at the moment. So, but I still have several students and great families, great adults. I have several adults, which that always makes me very happy that people feel like they can go after an instrument of any sort, really, but go after the fiddle at any stage in life. So,
but it's true. There is no age, right? There's no cutoff.
No, there's no cutoff.
Yeah.
At all. And some of them played when they were kids and want to come back, and some of them it's just this is something they've always wanted to do. So I commend anybody that goes that chases after something like that.
Yeah, well, we have, I say that because, we've known some of your students, and we've also met, people that have started instruments later in life, and it really is, it's a joy to me to see that these people that kind of, kind of kicking themselves that they didn't do it 2, 5, 10 years ago. It's just, it's such a great instrument, and we had a lot of really great feedback. Chris is one of the smarter ones. He's not on Facebook, so he doesn't get to see. So we had posted some stuff about him and his surgery, and then when he came back and he played with us last week, and always does a great job. You know, even when Chris says he doesn't have a good show, it's usually a good show. You know, like he'll say, "Oh, I kind of messed up." Yeah, we all.
I know last week was a good show.
Last week was great.
Last week was a good show. Yeah.
It really was. It was just.
It got a little more. I mean, there are a lot of people that we knew from our Fido days that were there.
Yep.
I had my wife and Jenny and my two sons, Riley and Robert. Hello, Riley and Robert. My mom was there. You know, Dad's parents and his sister were there. I mean, it was just a really, really cool night. Yeah. So,
and incidentally, happy birthday, Robert. Robert turns this many today.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know how many it is, but happy birthday, Robert.
As long as I've been playing fiddle.
Yeah. he was the gift.
He was the inspiration.
Yeah. And so Riley's the drummer. Has Robert shown any?
Robert really, actually, I mean, when I'm playing at home for any reason, he just comes in and stares. Makes me a little uncomfortable sometimes, but he has lots of questions about the fiddle, and I've got a tiny little fiddle that he's messed around on just a little bit, and he always gets a really big smile on his face. So I tried Riley, Riley with the fiddle, and he broke my heart one day walking out to practice. And but that's okay, because his calling was something different, but maybe it'll work for Robert. Maybe it'll suit Robert.
Would you mind telling the drum guitar story? When he told his drummer teacher, when he told the drum teacher, maybe Jenny told me the story, but
oh yeah, no. So I mean, he'd been playing drums for probably about 6 months or so, and he walked into his and he loves his drum teacher. He walked into his lesson one day, and he told Travis, he said, "Now, just so you know, I'm gonna play drums for 2 years, and then I'm gonna be a guitarist." So, just enough to kind of learn some rhythm and get a feel for some rock. But then, yeah, I'm playing guitar, and I'm lead singer. So Riley just wants to be the front man. He already commands.
He's a performer, yeah.
He's already, his antics, just watching the band, watching us play, were second to none. But Jenny, the lovely Jenny Buckley, had told me that she embellished. She didn't embellish. I'm going to embellish it. But she'd said that the drummer was showing him some stuff and said, "Look, this takes years to learn," and blah blah blah. And Riley said, "Well, can you get a move on? Because I'm going to play this for 2 years, then I'm going to be a guitar player. So we got to get to work." And I just thought, not only is it profound, but that's fucking rock and roll right there. Yeah. That kid has got rock and roll all over him. And I just, good job.
Yeah, no, it's been really awesome. I mean, he played a rock show a couple weeks ago, and it was, you want to talk about old school, it was old school rock and roll. He was playing some Elvis and some Buddy Holly and some Albert King and some Sam and Dave, and I mean, the fact that an 8-year-old even has any reference to those kinds of names in that music is pretty awesome.
Yeah. Special young people that you great job there, Mom and Dad.
Yes.
Man, we're just giddy about getting you back, on stage, and it was a slog. That was a rough surgery, and you really did. You bounced back to. We were kind of expecting a little back in the broken foot Chris days, with the seat and the little table.
The leg up.
Yeah.
I had the leg up.
Yeah.
On the bar stool.
But just like Rocktober, you can't stop it.
You can't. I mean, look, you got to do what you got to do. The show goes on, all of those things. But it's all true. You can't. Once it's in your blood, it's in your blood, and you do whatever you have to do to get back out there.
Yeah.
Amen, brother.
So my surgeon cleared me for full activity last week, and I said that's good. Not that it would have stopped me anyway.
And Jenny said, that's great. Yeah, so, yeah, it wouldn't have stopped you. I know for a fact it wouldn't have stopped you, because we played with you for so many years, and it didn't matter what the miles were in between the shows. It didn't matter what the sleep was. Every time we hit the stage, it was a great show.
Yeah, but that's everybody, though. That's one of the great things about playing in this band, is that really is, you know, I mean, because we all have our stories, right? We've all had our moments.
100%.
And we could all, you know, like remember some and relate some, but when you get up on that stage and the light goes on and the, you know, the switch flips and away we go. So
yeah.
You know, we drive all night and we show up the next day, and it's a good thing that we're on a stage and about 10 feet back, but you know, so you can't see the bags under the eyes, maybe. But yeah, I mean, the energy is there, and the music is there. So
I remember, I can't put names on them, but I remember those time, you know, walking outside, plugging shit in, just kind of going through the motions. But man, the lights go on. It was just giddy up. There was nobody looked at their feet. Nobody yawned. It was just fun. And I just, so many years of that, I was just really, really impressed that that everybody has that. You know, we played an Irish Day show, and it was, I think we did a show in Houston, and we finished the show at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
We raced back to maybe your house, grabbed all of our gear, raced to the airport.
Yeah.
So that we were at the airport for an early morning flight, got into New York, made it out to Long Island, right? And jumped up. We played an early show in one spot, and then we went over. I don't remember the name of the
saloon.
The restaurant.
Yeah, saloon. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we played. You know, we played a 3-hour show there that night, and just threw down.
Yeah, that was with Brian Vogel.
Yeah.
The Inn. The Inn.
I mean, so you know, you do crazy things like that. And, yeah, but it's fun. I've missed it, and glad to be back part of it again.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was funny. We were on the phone with Chris the other night saying, hey, can you do this day? We just got greedy. The surgeon goes, Chris, I'm going to clear you for some activity. Chris heard, I'm ready to go. And we called him, we go, hey, can you do this? And he goes, yeah.
Yes.
So we're the pushers, no doubt about it, but he's the willing drug taker, you know. We're the drug pushers, he's the drug, you know. And it's good to have a druggie like that. But anyway, Chad, give us your best. I remember that now that you mentioned it.
Yeah. Well,
Chad, give us another one of those memories. You got one?
The Buckley era. Oh, geez. But we were just talking about Portland. We were up there. We were just up there a couple weeks ago, and we were walking around and I was remembering all the places that we hung out near the harbor in Portland.
Yes.
Remember where we slept that night? At
the house.
Yes.
Oh my gosh! I totally forgot about the house.
It was Andy Pub Crawlers. So he had one room for us with four of us with 3 air mattresses.
Yeah.
So you and I shared an air mattress together, sleeping, you know,
separate sleeping bags,
head to toe. Yeah. But what was funny is it started losing air, and so as long as we were both on there, it was okay. And it was cold. I remember it was
cold all day.
And so whenever one of us would get off, the other person would go boom on the ground. So in the middle of the night, I had to go piss, right? So I get up, and I hear Chris go boom, hit the ground. And as I'm leaving the room quietly, trying not to wake anybody up, I hear Chris go, "Come back." That was classic.
I was going to say, I mean, that's the glamorous life of rock and roll on display right there.
Right. We saw Andy. Andy came out to see us at Gino's Rock Club in Portland. It was great to see him.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Thank you for the hospitality, Andy.
Yes, Andy.
Andy and Vicky. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we are up to 20 minutes on this one, so I think we better cut it. Call it a show.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even a show. It's just an update.
Yeah. So we're gonna post this today, but I'm gonna say if you're within, let's say round it down to 2,000 miles if you're within 2,000 miles of Weston, hurry up, come down and see us. It's going to be an absolute throwdown. It's going to be no holds barred. It's going to be Friday, 2 shows Saturday, and shit, we may even, if we don't wake little baby Eric C. Hughes, we may have room for all of you. So come on down. We're gonna have a riot, and we will have some footage. So
yeah,
stay close, everybody.
Yep.
Cheers.
See you guys soon.